The finale of The Penguin delivers a powerful and complex end to Oz Cobblepot's journey, a journey riddled with ambition, betrayal, and a twisted quest for validation that ultimately leaves him isolated and empty. In this episode, we see Oz reach the pinnacle of his power, but not without immense personal sacrifice. The layers of manipulation, desperation, and betrayal he navigates expose the dark, underlying tones of his ambition and offer a chilling insight into the psyche of a man whose ruthless drive has cost him his humanity.
I mean, that's the thing about family.
Oz,
It's your strength.
Oz, when you...
It drives you. Fuck if it don't make you weak, too.
Oz,
And I can't have that no more.
The episode opens with a tense scene where Dr. Rush uses EGM therapy on Oz's mother, forcing her to confront traumatic memories of the past. Through a flashback, we're shown Frances being approached by the mob boss Rex Calabrese, who offers financial help for the funerals of her deceased sons, Jack and Benny. However, Rex's intentions go far beyond mere charity. He subtly nudges Frances toward using her influence over Oz to further his own goals. Rex sees Oz's deep, almost desperate need for his mother's approval and encourages Frances to manipulate Oz's guilt over his brother's deaths. Here, we witness the roots of Oz's psychological struggle, a need for acceptance intertwined with the guilt and trauma of his family's past. This moment cements Frances's role in shaping Oz into the man he will become, a man whose pursuit of power is always shadowed by an unresolved craving for maternal approval. The transition from past to present is harsh, bringing us back to a Gotham in chaos. Victor tries to rally the remaining gang leaders, but their morale has crumbled. Their base of operations lies in ruins, a symbol of Oz's dwindling control, and without a united front, Victor's efforts fail. Meanwhile, Sofia Falcone has captured both Oz and Frances, using their broken family ties as a weapon to break Oz's spirit. In a scene filled with tension, Sofia reveals that Frances has always known about Oz's role in his brother's deaths, and that she even conspired with Rex in using this knowledge against him. This revelation is Oz's ultimate betrayal, and his mother's cold admission cuts deeper than any physical blow could. Frances tells him she hates him and regrets ever being his mother. This moment of rejection from the only family Oz has left is devastating, stripping away any hope he might have had for reconciliation or forgiveness. The storytelling here is masterful in its portrayal of Oz's unraveling. As Sofia forces Frances to turn on her own son, the episode dives into the theme of family as a double-edged sword. For Oz, family is not a source of comfort or loyalty, but rather a source of manipulation and trauma. His survival, both physical and emotional, now hinges on severing these last connections to his humanity. Barely managing to escape Sofia's grip, Oz proves his resilience and newfound ruthlessness. He dispatches Sofia's henchmen with brutal efficiency and rescues his mother, taking her to the hospital. But this isn't a scene of redemption or reconciliation. It's a hollow victory. Oz's act of saving his mother is rooted in duty rather than love. The emotional weight of this scene lies in the contrast between his need to protect her and the crushing realization that she's his last remaining link to a sense of family, a link that has now been permanently damaged. Oz's next move marks a significant shift in his character. Seeking a political alliance, he meets with Councilman Hattie, presenting himself as Gotham's solution to the gang wars while casting Sofia as the real villain. Oz isn't just trying to win. He's rewriting the story of Gotham's criminal underworld to paint himself as its stabilizing force. By offering Hattie the credit for ending the violence, Oz proves he understands the language of power, alliances, appearances, and calculated favors. This isn't the brute, impulsive penguin of earlier episodes. This is a strategist, a manipulator who knows how to play Gotham's political game. But while this move showcases Oz's cunning, it also exposes the hollowness of his pursuit. He's willing to sell any story, betray any ally, and strike any deal to maintain his grip on power. The price, however, is his own moral decay, as he sacrifices every last piece of his integrity and humanity. Oz's power struggle culminates in his confrontation with Sofia. After orchestrating a setup that frees him from her trap, he drives her to the docks. Here, we see Oz at his most chillingly composed. He's no longer the man desperately seeking his mother's love or the scrappy underdog fighting for respect. He's calm, methodical, a predator with nothing left to lose. Holding Sofia at gunpoint, he has every reason to kill her. Revenge, retribution, justice for his mother's suffering. But he hesitates. Instead, he lets the police arrest her, choosing a bloodless victory over outright violence. This decision reflects a significant evolution in Oz's character. He's learned to wield power without always pulling the trigger, showing that he now understands the value of control over chaos. The tragedy of Oz's journey becomes starkly evident in the episode's final moments. Visiting his mother in the hospital, he pleads for her validation, desperately asking her to say she's proud of him. But she remains unresponsive, a silent figure symbolizing all the love and approval he's lost. This is the episode's emotional core. Oz has conquered Gotham, but the cost is the one thing he truly wanted: his mother's acceptance. Her silence leaves him with a void that no amount of power or wealth can fill, emphasizing the emptiness of his victories. Then comes the final, brutal twist. Oz kills Victor, his last real ally and arguably his only friend. In a cold and calculated move, Oz strangles him, rationalizing that Victor can't be a part of his new world. This act is both symbolic and tragic. It marks the complete severing of any personal connections Oz had left. In his quest for power, he has destroyed every relationship that once meant something to him, leaving him alone at the top of a hollow empire. Victor's death is Oz's final sacrifice, the last barrier between him and complete isolation. In a haunting closing sequence, Oz moves his mother into a luxurious penthouse suite, a hollow gesture meant to display his success. He has everything: Gotham's loyalty, wealth, and influence, but he's left with a lifeless mother and an empty heart. As he dances with Eve, who role-plays as his mother, we witness a man who has achieved everything externally but has lost everything that mattered internally. It's a scene filled with tragic irony. Oz's power is absolute, yet he is utterly alone. His final delusion, dancing with a stand-in for his mother, highlights the psychological cost of his rise. He's no longer capable of distinguishing between reality and fantasy, between victory and loss. The bat signal flashing in the distance is a chilling reminder of Gotham's unending cycle of violence and darkness. Even as Oz stands at the peak of his power, there's a sense that his reign is temporary, that his empire, like those before it, will eventually crumble. The signal foreshadows the arrival of Batman, who will inevitably challenge Oz's hold on the city. The Penguin's finale is a haunting examination of ambition, betrayal, and the devastating cost of power. Oz's journey from a struggling underdog to Gotham's crime kingpin is complete, but it's a hollow victory. He has sacrificed love, friendship, and family, leaving behind a life filled with power but devoid of meaning. This episode doesn't just close the story. It opens a question about the nature of power and the price one pays for it. Oz stands alone, a king in name only, having lost the very humanity that once defined him. As he stares into the darkness of Gotham's skyline, the bat signal shining overhead, we are left to ponder. Has Oz truly won? Or has he simply built himself a kingdom of shadows, destined to crumble under the weight of its own darkness?